The emergence of XRP is getting closer than you believe, according to the breaking news of today. Like a light switch that is about to be flipped on, all of the changes that are taking place in this region are becoming more and more noticeable. When it does, the value of XRP will skyrocket, and a great number of individuals will become wealthy. As depicted in this film, a number of significant financial organizations are currently preparing themselves and waiting for the appropriate moment to act. The moment has arrived to make advantage of blockchain technology and XRP, both of which will become increasingly popular once crypto laws are implemented. $13.2 billion in total fish, with Candies, the chief executive officer of Joel's company, stated in this interview that large banks and other conventional financial institutions will begin investing in Bitcoin as soon as the regulations are improved. That is what is going to take place, and it is on its way. As a member of Ernst & Young, which is considered to be one of the big four accounting companies, along with KPMG, Deloitte, and PwC, he is appointed as the worldwide blockchain leader. In the course of this conversation, he asserts that as soon as the regulations are simplified, a massive influx of trillions of dollars will enter this market. Pay attention, because there is some really important news. There are regulations that are hidden behind this wall. Because the numbers are so enormous, isn't that the case? What is the amount of cash that you have available? To get started, how about we start with the liquid that has the highest liquid content? This includes money in the bank, stocks, and bonds. So we're talking about 400 trillion. The amount is greater than what I have set aside for my retirement, and it is sufficient to purchase a good property for you to live in the midst of London or San Francisco, right? 40 billion. The assumption that there is an additional 379 trillion in real estate is correct. It is estimated that gold alone is worth $13 trillion. It is then that you discover that the whole value of the cryptocurrency industry is approximately $2.50 trillion, right? I'm not going to imply that all of this money is invested in cryptocurrency when I say that it will go elsewhere, but a significant portion of it will, and a significant portion of it will be invested in tokenized digital assets, right? Due to the fact that it is going to increase by a significant amount, it is not going to end up in a trillion, right? There will be some of this money invested in cryptocurrency, but not all of it. Much of it will be invested in cryptocurrency, and a significant portion of it will be invested in tokenized digital assets. I believe that XRP will be one of the leaders in this arena, from American Express to the Fed through the FedNow system. The time when the switch is flipped is coming up faster than you think, and I believe that it will begin to happen sooner than you think. Santander, Standard Chartered Bank, and other major financial institutions are included on this list of banks that have discussed Ripple and XRP as a means for CBDCs to engage with one another. In addition, these financial institutions have acknowledged that they are now a part of the RippleNet system and are utilizing it to speed up international transactions, which is a tremendously interesting and exciting development. We are dealing with Visa and MasterCard here, which is just a small portion of their overall ties. The pair of numerous significant payment networks in the United States are already utilizing blockchain technology to execute monetary transactions. Ripple and XRP are providing assistance to these networks in order to do this. As a result of spending more than $1 billion on the acquisition of additional Ripple partner companies, each of these large corporations has become enormous Ripple partners. According to my understanding, Ripple is the cryptocurrency that is utilized the most frequently in this sector. As September approaches, I believe that the number of people who are utilizing Ripple and its technology will continue to expand at an even faster rate. It is clear to observe that. The month of September, which, as I mentioned before, has historically been the worst month for cryptocurrency, is already upon us. The market is currently falling as a result of large banks selling their Bitcoin exchange-traded funds, ETFs, in preparation for the upcoming rate cuts that are expected to be implemented by the federal government. In addition, we will investigate the latest developments in the Ripple case later on in this video and later on in this month. This month marks the conclusion of the third quarter, also known as Q3. This is significant because the third quarter of 2024 is almost over. For those who need to be reminded, Ripple's chief executive officer Brad Garnahaw has stated that the RLUSD Ripple stablecoin would be completely issued before to the conclusion of the third quarter. Should this be the case, the Ripple stablecoin ought to be released at some point during this month. In regions where there is a significant amount of cash, this is the stablecoin that the central bankers intend to utilize, a stablecoin that will increase the overall liquidity of the XRP ledger, which will result in an even greater increase in the price of PYTYT-LXRP. This arrives just in the nick of time before the rules are implemented. In the United States of America, at least, the weeks, not the months. It makes perfect sense taking into consideration Brad Garlinghouse's schedule. Both JP Morgan and Brad Garlinghouse are of the opinion that the bill outlining regulations for stablecoins in the United States will be approved prior to the elections in November, which are less than 2 months away. Just in time for the regulations to go into effect, Ripple has already released their very own dollar-backed stablecoin, which they are calling the RLUSD. They will continue to launch it in the immediate future. Because of this, they will be able to compete in this market, which will result in the price of XOPs becoming steadily higher. According to both this post and this document created by the Federal Reserve, more than 80% of. On the cryptocurrency market, stablecoins are used in more than 80% of all trades. This is absolutely insane, and it demonstrates once more how critically crucial the ROUSD will be for the price of XRP and its acceptance in the future. You need to learn more about the market in order to better manage and comprehend it, since things are changing in the market, and now more than ever, you need to study more about it. As a result of the fact that it is beneficial to be knowledgeable, I decided to create a Discord group that anyone may join without cost. As of this now, there are approximately 300 of us on it. Everyone is gaining more knowledge about cryptocurrency in order to be a part of the largest wealth transfer in the history of the world when we discover the true cryptocurrency diamond. From every angle, there is something new that we can take away from this. To participate in the discussion, please leave a comment below with a link to your family. When I indicated that this is a significant confirmation that the market is changing, I meant it. This serves as further evidence from smoke that the market is finally transitioning away from cycles that are driven by hype, such as meme tokens and fear of missing out FOMO, and towards cycles that are driven by real utility. Over time, there will be a reduction in the amount of hype and funny coins. Despite the fact that this does not mean that they will disappear, projects that are genuinely beneficial to people and provide something will gain more popularity. Considering that new regulations are on the way, this sector is beginning to mature. Institutions are currently observing a significant trend, which is that projects that are built on hype are not receiving funding currently. Instead, funding is being allocated to projects that have well-defined business justifications, usefulness, liquidity, and governance concerns that are going to become the new standard for blockchain technology. With their institutional ties with banks and governors all over the world, as well as their impending RLUSD dollar-backed stablecoin, which will assist XRP's price continue to rise, I believe Ripple will be a shining star in this sector. In the case of Ripple and XRP, rules represent the turn the switch moment, and it is evident that institutions are waiting for that time to arrive. Extremely now that the litigation against Ripple and XRP is almost over, this is something that is extremely true. I believe that institutions are waiting for the final verdict for the fine to be paid as scheduled and for XRP to become the sole digital currency with clear legal and regulatory restrictions. All of these things are happening simultaneously. Because of this, the price of it would skyrocket into the stratosphere all the way to the moon. Additionally, we have recently acquired information that will forever alter the case Ripple. Earlier today, they wrote a letter to the judge requesting that they be exempt from paying the fine until either the Securities and Exchange Commission (SEC) files an appeal against the ruling, or the deadline is gone and they are no longer able to file an appeal. This might have happened the day before or the day before yesterday. Therefore, the date that you should keep in mind is October 7th, which is a little more than a month from our current time. On the other hand, I believe it is very evident that Ripple is attempting to convince the SEC to make a decision rather than attempting to delay this inevitable loss once more, although it is very evident that the SEC has already been defeated. They continue to waste time and money that belongs to the people, and I don't understand why they do it. In a conversation with Good Morning Crypto, Meta Lawman expressed his belief that this is an indication that the Securities and Exchange Commission may actually file an appeal. If the Securities and Exchange Commission had already made the decision not to appeal, they would have instructed Ripple to pay the fine immediately rather than waiting. In the end, we will have to wait and watch what goes down. I am interested in hearing your thoughts on the matter. Do you believe that the matter will eventually be resolved, and do you believe that the regulations of regulation are so near to being made public? Are you of the opinion that the value of rippling XRP will skyrocket in the near future? On the free Discord group, you may simply hang out, communicate to other people,